is a good thing because, and you know, a little more empty than Friday, than Saturday. Who here is a little bit tired? Good, let's be tired together. Right? That means we had a good night last night. So, we can dial it down a little bit. We can have Sunday conversations with Dave. I had some bacon this morning. Oh my goodness, what? Inception. I have planted the seeds and it's growing. Did you hear that evil laugh too? That was like, I am living here this morning. Hi, let me... What? What did you say? You're a little sassy this morning, I like it. Everyone's a little punch drunk, a little hungover. A little hungover? Do we... No. You're still drunk. I was like, what are you saying to me? I was like, oh, you're still partying. That's what's happening. Mwah, mwah. Well, God bless. Bellissimo, buongiorno principessa. Questo è pazzo. Here's my new favorite phrase, which I hope I never have to use. Specola fazia. No. Cazzo, madonna. Why are you talking to me? It's like, I'm absorbing Rome in my marrow. So, what is happening? Forte, well. Dying? Forte. Welcome to Sunday morning of Italian heckling for hungover David. You're welcome. Does anyone know about this thing called the internet? Are you familiar with it? Apparently you can go online and there's pictures and videos and things like that. Never heard of it. Stay away, it would be my advice. Stay away from the internet because we had some fun yesterday. I would call it fun. There was a pink bunny tutu involved. I love how much heck, it's like, hey, you with the stupid face, everyone's yelling today. I like it. Sunday morning, no one cares anymore. It's like, hey, you gotta do this. We don't even have to spin the wheel. No. Okay, so that's how the internet happens. That wheel, I will maybe spin the wheel. But I should tell you, just to be gentle with all of the cast members from Supernatural today, because we had a night. You can probably see it you'll see it on us throughout the day. So I apologize if I'm not my usual peppy self. You fill me with energy. But I think we're gonna all just sort of ride on that last day of like, whoo, so much fun. Are you guys having a great weekend though? Has it been awesome? Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is fun. Too fun. How would you feel about just me napping for the next 20 minutes? Just like a nice, sweet fetal position, and so you can come and pet me. I'll put the bunny ears on. I'll just like right here by the fan, and you just like lying in. You two, I'm gonna call security. This is trouble over here. This is the trouble contingent. I like it. I don't even know what they're saying. It's not let's take is there anyone lined up for a question? Do we want to have just Sunday chats with Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's bring it down. Let's bring it down.
It's a little song I wrote for Mr. Catch.
Wow, nice.
I might get in trouble.
No. A song for Catch.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I don't know, have you seen the Lego movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll know the tune then. Okay. Mr. Catch is awesome. Mr. Catch is cool even though he is mean. Mr. Catch is awesome. And he's harder than Dean.
Round of applause. That is dangerous, that lyric. That'll get me killed in the alley. You're a very brave woman to say that in this room. Holy mackerel. What? I'm being heckled in Italian. I'm like, I don't even know what to say. I love, what? Oh, that was, it all sounds Italian when you're up here, because it's like, it can be any language, it's just like, okay. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Good to see you again. What?
See you too. I have a question. I know that you did theater back in years ago, and that you did Shakespeare as well.
I did.
So do you consider ever going back on stage again, doing a theater play, whatever, and consider doing Shakespeare?
Oh yes. Oh my gosh.
Macbeth.
Oh, Macbeth.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I see you as Macbeth.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, thank you. That's very flattering.
You could do Faust as well.
You know who my favorite character is? Is Edmund. People know Shakespeare here? Fans of Shakespeare at all? Yeah. Oh yeah, great.
Big fan.
And it's funny that you say that because it's always, theater is the purest form of the art form.
Yeah.
Will always will be. Now I love the technical requirements of film and TV. It's a different muscle, but technically it's a different muscle. But what's nice about acting in general is trying to find truth, trying to find grounding, no matter what the technique is, no matter how big the stage is, no matter how many bunny ears you're wearing. You look for truth, even in a pink tutu. And the truth is, I was incredibly embarrassed. But one of my favorite characters, which I never tracked this before, is Edmund from King Lear.
Wow.
Who actually, do you know the character Edmund?
I know him.
Yeah.
I can see you as
Edmund, and actually, there's a lot of similarities between Edmund and Ketch.
Yes.
If you think about it. We're getting really nerdy here, so sorry. But Edmund is a bastard son who has never had love, is always searching for the love of his father. And when I was thinking about Ketch, that idea that he was given away by his parents, into this school, because he was probably a problem child. He probably was killing animals and playing with frogs and torturing little creatures. And they were like, he needs to go away.
Yeah.
Let's send him to school. And became a British man of letters from a very early age. But Edmund is so jealous at his core and so longing for love of his father is what makes him do all these nasty things. And that's what's interesting about villains, right?
I love villains.
Yeah, because if you get to their core, and if you do it right, and if you think about it, villains are just damaged, sad people that are actually looking for some
Love.
love. Yeah, I mean, you can say love, or looking for something that they don't have.
Appreciation.
Exactly right. And so, One of my favorite monologues from Lear is Edmund, where he's like, "Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom, and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me?" That's powerful stuff, right? Like, I mean, this is a guy who's asking the gods of mystery. He's seeking, he's sad, he's bitter, he's angry.
And you know what? The fun fact is that when you first appeared as Mr. Catch on Supernatural, the first thought which came to my mind was, this is sort of Edmund from Familiar.
You really thought that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
You did a great job.
Oh, well, you're very kind. But the writers and the directors, I'm just a vessel for
Yeah, but
great storytelling.
Your performance is just breathtaking.
No, they could have put a monkey in a suit, and it would have been. There was so much work done for me before I arrived. But it's been a pleasure meeting you over the weekend.
Pleasure meeting you.
And seeing you multiple times and pictures and stuff. So I feel like we're friends.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like we're all friends, yeah? Isn't that one of the nice things? Thank you for your question. Lovely, that touches me. Like, you saw me just edit the joke there, didn't you? We're just like, don't go there. Internet, David. Hi there, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Silvana.
Hi, Silvana.
And
I'm Dave.
Yeah, I know. My question is kind of random, but I wanted to know, if you could be a woman for one day, what would you do?
Oh, my goodness. I love that after only 3 days, we have inside jokes. That's awesome. Isn't that awesome? That, like, we literally have inside jokes now. And we've only just met. That's fantastic. That's why we're SPN family, right? Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, man. If I was a woman for a day, what would I do? We're all adults, right? Well, I'd have sex. I'd have sex as a woman. Because what better way to understand the human existence from the other side, or to have empathy, than to know what that experience is? And after I did that, there would hopefully be a whole day, still waiting for me. I would try to walk in this world for a full day in high heels. My God, ladies, how do you do it? And for those that don't, good for you. Yeah, good and bad. I won't do it. I won't. But just the idea that, like feminism has come so far, and women are so powerful and amazing, all the things that they do. But the idea that, that a woman working in the workplace and working at the highest level still has to do this, like, ancient foot binding ceremony. I've got to go, I've got to be powerful, I've got to be strong, and I've got to be on my tiptoes all day and screwing up my back. It's just like crazy to me. So, just walking around in high heels all day, I think would, I don't mean that to be sexist at all, but it's the empathy of, like, women just, I feel like I have so many professional female friends and my sister, and you have to work that much harder. So I'd love to just have that empathy for a day, just to know what that's about. So
thank you.
I know it's not funny, but it's kind of true. Thank you for that question. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Shraddha.
Shraddha?
Yes.
Close enough?
It is close enough. That's how I say it, so that people can say it.
Yeah, you're like, if I say it's that way, then
It
that's
is that way.
Exactly. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm solid.
We're not going to do that exchange again, though, I think.
That's right.
Okay, so I need a bit of advice.
Oh, I like this. This is like day 3. This is like the day 3 panel where we're like, we're all friends here.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about stuff, what we need to do? I like it.
Yeah. So my question is, what's the best revenge idea that you can give, and maybe you can tap into the mind of Mr. Ketch, for potentially a photo-op idea for people that keep branding you as a twin? Because basically me and my sister keep being told by so many of the actors that we're twins when we're not. So I want to know from your perspective, what in your mind is the best way to plot revenge?
Plot revenge on whom, though? On the actors or on your sister?
On the actors. You have to get into the mind of Mr. Ketch here.
You're asking me to give you advice on murdering my friends.
No, I'm not going that far with murder.
you're Mr. Ketch. You're like, that's what he does. So you want to take revenge on the actors who are calling you and your sisters twins.
Yeah, even though they've been told that we're not.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'll just be Dave. I'll go into the back room and be like, there's this lovely woman who's like really pissed at us all for calling them twins. So Dave will do that front thing. I think you should just dye your hair a beautiful shade of purple like many women in this room. By the way, can we just give a round of applause for all the amazing hair colors that exist at Supernatural conventions? Oh my goodness. It's rock and roll, it's unicorn, it's just like, wow, I saw like these braids and these weaves yesterday, I'm just like, it's so great, because in the world, you see people who are just sort of like, most of the time, just doing the walk, getting to work, I'm in the uniform, and then you come here, and the level of self-expression and freedom is just absolutely incredible, and I'm just like, I've never seen this amount of hair in one room that has this many colors. It's fantastic. And then you matched your dress, which was incredible, that picture. She literally, her hair color was a perfect match with her dress, and she goes to me at the signing. What's your name, by the way? Lacey? Liz. Stand up, Liz. Show them your hair. Give Liz a round of applause. Liz had this great photo op where her hair like completely matched her dress. She was just this beautiful blue orb, this electric blue orb. She goes to me, she's like, oh, I didn't plan that. I was like, what? She's like, oh, I didn't even know. And then she goes, oh, it could have matched a little better. I was like, what are you talking about? It's like you photoshopped your hair and your dress live. So, bravo. Give yourselves a round of applause for self-expression and freedom and creativity. And that is a beautiful way to avoid your question. I'm just going to call myself out on it. But I'll let them know that you're mad at us. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Monica.
Hi, Monica.
How are you doing?
How am I doing? How am I doing today? I'm trying. We had a night last night. I'm going to share that with you. We had a night last night.
So my question is, what do you think is the darkest and the brightest childhood memory that Ketch has?
The darkest and the brightest childhood memory. So we're getting into sort of Ketch backstory there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Once I found out, I had a nice opportunity. I'll just give you a little backstory, which is fun for me, because all actors will create, backstory. And Adam and I were talking about this. You don't want to be too specific with it, because you can actually kind of screw yourself when you find out more about the character from the actual writer, right? So you don't want to lean in too hard to choices or ideas of specific history because they could turn out to be wrong. It's not like a movie where you get the whole script or a play and you can really just do the work. Because on TV, the writers are finding out who you are as you go along as well. So I've said this before, but Catch, when I first got this job, Catch was only written for 3 episodes. I thought it was just going to be a 3-episode arc. What they told me, and I got to have this really fun, you know the special features on DVDs where the actors are talking about the episode? I did my first one a month ago in Los Angeles with Eugenie Ross Lemming and Brad Buckner, who wrote a lot of the episodes for Catch this season. Which was really nice because you have these ideas in your mind of how his history went, and you make your choices and you sort of build it into the character. But then when you get to hear it from source yourself, it's really interesting. So they had told me there was actually going to be, they had pitched an episode, and this would be fun for you if no one else knows this. They had actually done sort of a Hunger Games episode with Tony, Catch, and Mick as kids in the forest as a rite of passage. So it was like Kendricks, threw these 3 kids all together out in the woods, and they were going to have this whole survival games of like what we all were as children trying to survive together, which was like, oh man, I would love to watch that. Just these like messed up kids in this crazy school that is all about, you know, indoctrination and violence and dogma, right? So I think for me though, knowing what my own made-up backstory was, and just that idea, and I said it earlier too, that Catch was given away by his parents. I mean, that to me, I can't imagine any child or any human just being like, there you go, bye, you know, go live in this awful world. And I love to think that one of the reasons Catch is so damaged is he wasn't an orphan. He wasn't a street urchin like Mick. You know, Mick has that gratitude speech that he has, which is so lovely. Before, we don't talk about that anymore. Adam is still very sensitive, by the way. He's still mad at me. I was like, blame the writers. I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. And I think the happiest memory is in season 12. I think Catch's happiest moment, and again, a little R-rated warning here, was that night with Mary in the hotel. I think that was probably the closest he got to actual human touch, contact, and connection. Obviously, he's had, you know, intimate relations before, but that night with Mary, after they came back from the hunt, and you're like, let's have a drink, and we're in the hotel room, and we've been on the road, and you're awesome, I love you, you know. But like Sam Smith and I talked about this. Oh, this is actually a fun story for you. You might get a kick out of. We were talking about, you know, just doing a little history on how Catch and Mary would go about things a bit in the boudoir. You know, not getting too specific, you know, we're being professional, but we're just like, you know, so how would that go? What does that look like? No, not literally what does that look like, figuratively. And we started spitballing, we started like having ideas, I'll go da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, would it be just kind of funny or cheeky a bit if as you're dressing, I'm just removing a tie from the bedpost from my wrist. You know, sort of like a 50 Shades of Grey, just like kind of homage where I'm just like, Ketch's tie is just like he's taking it off the banister or the bedpost. And we're like, no, it's too shticky, it's too much of a joke, because also she was really concerned that the audience was going to be really mad at Mary, which, you know, Mary has had a lot of frustration this season, wouldn't you say, as an audience? Like, take care of your boys. Like, she's been saying that she's been getting a lot of flack for her role on the show and how she's interacting with the boys and all that stuff, and her mother role, and honoring John, right? A lot of people felt really betrayed that she even dared to do that with Ketch. And she was wearing the necklace as well. So I was like, okay, you're right. I was like, I acquiesce to you. But to your point, I think Ketch's saddest moment was when he was given away and left by his parent or parents. And I think his happiest moment was when he actually had true intimacy with another human being.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is that okay? I don't know. It's a little different panel today. We're just having more of a chat, so I hope that you find any of that interesting remotely. Hi, what's your question?
Hi. So my question is, if you could be a fly on the wall in any situation, either past or present, where would you want to be?
If I was a fly on the wall in the past or present, where would I be? What an existential question.
In the early morning.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you just blew my mind. Thank you. My head is exploding. Okay, I'm just going to, obviously there's infinite answers to this, but you know that the first rule of improv is just go with your first thought. Don't judge it. And this is my first thought. I don't know if it's because I'm feeling vulnerable this morning talking about childhood history. I would love to be a fly on the wall to witness my own birth.
Okay.
No. Is that narcissism? I don't know. What is that? Like, is there any psychology students or psychiatrists in the crowd? We're like, wow, that's deep, bro. We need some cognitive behavioral therapy for you. You have some mother issues. And maybe I do. I love my mom. But I have a really big head. Have you heard that? Have you heard that story? And by the way, Jared, who here has heard the motorcycle helmet story? Only one. Okay,
I haven't heard it, and I would love to hear it.
Snap! Look who's here.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
You about to tell a story about Jared?
Well, a little bit.
There's nothing I love more than a story about Jared.
No, it's actually a story about how Jared loves to tease me. People ask me all the time, like, if they pulled a practical joke on me. This is going to be our imaginary friend. This is Jeff. Jeff is sitting there.
Good choice. Good name choice.
So, you know, Ketch rides a motorcycle and, gets on and off the motorcycle, takes the helmet off. Well, what happens in film and TV is there's the props department and there's wardrobe department. And the motorcycle helmet kind of got lost between the two departments. No one asked me my head size. And that's a problem when you're trying to wear a helmet or a hat. So my hat size is 7 5/8, which is basically like Jupiter. It's basically like I affect the tides. Like I walk along the ocean and it's like people have to get out of the ocean because there's literally, it raises sea level.
I have something to say when you're done with your story.
Okay. About my head?
Sort of.
Okay. Long story short, they didn't get a helmet that fit. It was literally like a beanie on top of my head. Okay, here's my head, here's the helmet. It was like a comedy helmet of like a thing.
The little cup they used to serve ice cream in.
That's right, the Dairy Queen. The Dairy Queen, like a baseball helmet.
3 people in the audience got that.
Well, hey, listen. Sometimes it's just for us. Sometimes it's just for us. But yeah, it was basically a miniature. Like it just looked so silly. So I'd have to get off the bike and then have to cut. They'd have to hold frame, and then I'd be like.
Just hold it on top of your head as if you were just taking it off.
So I get off the bike, all butch and stuff, and just like.
Hair perfect, obviously no helmet.
Exactly, no helmet hair. Well, Ketch would never have helmet hair. Like he would take it off and it would be perfect anyways. So Jared, of course, sees this